Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhanju Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupada Paramhansa Parivrajakaacharya Astatara Sata Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupada Paramhansa Parivrajakaacharya Astatara Sata Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shrimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Welcome to Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mission Morning Class. Dandavad. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Chitta Parakamalam Shri Gurung Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitangstam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vidangscha Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam. Jai Srila Rupa Goswami Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Haribol. So I want to continue to read the Shri Navadvip Dham Bhavatarangi by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Jai Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ki Jai. Haribol. Jai Shri Navadvip Dham Bhavataranga Ki Jai. So we're now here on page 401 of this book published by our Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. And this is about Godruma Dweep. Haribol. Godruma Shri Nandishwara Dhamma Gopavasa Jata Shri Gauranga Kare Vivida Vilasa Purvahe Gopera Kare Kavya Dravya Kai Gopasane Gocharana Kare Nanimai. Godruma is Shri Nandishwar Dham, the residence of the cowherd boys, where Shri Gauranga performs various pastimes. In the morning, the Lord eats milk products in the cowherd boys' houses and herds cows with the cowherd boys. Gopagana Bale Bai Tumita Gopala Dvija Rupa Kabu Tava Nahisa Jebala Esha Kande Kari Tore Gora Chanakari Mayara Nikate Lai Nyata Maya Puri. The cowherd boys say, "Oh brother, you are Gopal. Your Brahmin form does not suit you well." So in Godruma, which is not different from Vrindavan, if you remember, the cowherd boys are there, and they're saying to Krishna in this form as Mahaprabhu, "What is this Brahmin form that you have? This is not. You're a Gopal. You're a cowherd boy." "We will carry you on our shoulders, herd the cows, and bring you to your mother in Mayapur." Kona Gopa Snehakari Deya Chanakshira Kona Gopa Rupa Deki Hayata Astira Kona Gopa Nana Pala Pula Diakare Pale Bai Niti Niti Aisha Moragare. One cowherd boy would affectionately give the Lord curd and condensed milk. Excuse me. Another would become overwhelmed upon seeing his form, and another would place various fruits and flowers in the hands of the Lord and say, "Oh brother, come to my house every day." Viprera takura tumi gopera karana tomachari jete nari tumi jana gyana ai deka kabi sabato mare dekia Hambaravedake Gasavatsate Agiya. You are the Lord of the Brahmins, but you are the life of the cowherd boys. We cannot leave you. You are our meditation and knowledge. Look there, seeing you, all the cows moo and leave aside their grass and their calves. Ajabela haila chala jagannatalaya, kala jena estane puna de kahaya. Rakiba tomara lagida dichana kshira, bela haile, jena ami haiba astira. It is late now today. Go back to the house of Jagannath Mishra. We will meet here again tomorrow. I will keep some yogurt, curd, and condensed milk for you. But know that I will be upset if you are late. E rupi niti niti shigo drumavane, shigo rani tai kela kare gopasane, pela nahaite puna kari ganga snan, shishachi sadane jana Gora Bhagavan. Gora and Nitai play with the cowherd boys in the forest of Godruma every day in this way. When there is time, Lord Gora bathes in the Ganga again and then goes to the home of Shachi. When there's time. Hena dina amara kiha hai beudaya. Hedi bago druma lila shuddha prema maya. Gopa sange gopa bhave prabhu seva ashe. Akamane vaishiba se go druma avase. When will the day be mine when I will see the pastimes of pure divine love in Godruma? When will I reside in that abode of Godruma with the cowherd boys with single-minded desire to serve the Lord in the mood of a cowherd boy? Godruma dakine ma jadvipa manohara, vanaraji shobe jata dekite shundara, jataya majane prabhulaye bhaktagana, sapta rishi kache ashi dila darashana. South of Godruma is beautiful Majadweep, where rows of forests shine and are beautiful to see. There at midday, the Lord once came before the 7 sages with his devotees and revealed himself. Jataya Gomati Tire Naima Shakanane, Gora Bhagavata Kata Shuni Rishigane, Shunite Se Gora Kata Deva Panchanana, Sahasa Aila Haye Shihangsha Vahana. There on the bank of the Gomati, in the Naimasha forest, the sages listened to the descriptions of Lord Gora. Lord Shiva once swiftly came to hear these descriptions, riding on Brahma's swan. Of course, Shiva is the son of Brahma. Kabeyami Brahmite Brahmite Seivana, Hediba Purana Saba Apurva Darshana, Shuniba Chaitanya Kata Sri Harivasare, Supunya Kartika Mase, Gomatira Dare. When will I roam throughout this forest and see the wonderful sight of that recital of the Gora Purana? When will I hear discussion of Sri Chaitanya on Ekadashi during the holy month of Kartik beside the Gomati? Shonakadi Shrotari Shikana Kripakari Padaduli Diyamate Hastadvayatari Balibe He Navadvipavasi Akamane Shri Goranga Katamrita Piya Evane. When will Shonaka and the audience of sages mercifully place the dust of their feet on my head? Hold my hands and say, O resident of Navadvip, single-mindedly drink the nectar of discussion of Sri Gauranga in this forest. Tahara dakine shobe brahmana pushkara, Shri Pushkara tirtha jata deki dvijavara, Pajiye Gauranga pada vipradiva dasa, Shri Gauranga rupa heri paila ashvasa. South of here shines Brahman Pushkar, where the best of Brahmins saw Shri Pushkar Tirtha. Worshipping the feet of Gauranga here, the Brahman Divadas beheld the Lord's form and found solace. Tahara dakine chetra uchahatanama, Brahmavarta kurukshetre, tripishtapadama, Jata deva gana kare gaura sankirtana, Kabudama vasi taha karena shravana. South of there is an abode of the gods known as Uchahata, which is non-different from Kurukshetra of Brahmavarta. There the gods chant the glories of Gaura and are sometimes heard by the residents of the Dham. Sometimes they can hear these recitations. Shri Gauranga Ganasaha Majjana Samaye, Brahmena Esha Bhavane Prema Matahaye, Bhaktagane Krishna Lila Sanketa Baliya, Nachena Kirtane Radha Bhava Ashvadiya. At midday, Sri Gauranga roams in all these forests with his associates, mad with divine love. Hinting at the pastimes of Krishna, he dances with the devotees during Kirtan and relishes the ecstasy of Radha. Amikabe ekakiva bhakta jana sange, Pashibe chaitanya prema samudra tarange, Majane Brahmi Majadvipa Vanachaye, Prabhubhava Vibhaviya Akinchanahaye. When will I, alone or in the company of devotees, float in the waves of the ocean of divine love for Sri Chaitanya? When will I, as a surrendered soul, roam at midday throughout the forests of Majadvip, feeling the Lord's ecstasy? Majadvipa Bashi Bhaktagana Kripakari, Dekaibe Ai Deka Gauranga Sri Hari, Brahma Kunda Tire Brahma Nagara Bitare, Kirtana Gataya Nache Laye Parikare. When will the devotees residing in Majadvip mercifully show me? Look there. Lord Sri Gauranga is dancing with his devotees in a grand kirtan on the bank of the Brahmakund in Brahmanagar. Kabe Vade Kipase Purata Sundara Apurva Murati Gaura Vanamala Dhara Dirgha Bahu Haye Uchai Svare Daki Bale Harinama Balabai Ekatre Shakale. When will I see that astonishingly beautiful golden form of Gaura wearing a forest garland between his long arms and loudly calling out, "O brothers, chant the name of the Lord in unison." Amani Shivasa Adi Jata Bhakta Jana Hari Hari Balia Karibe Shankirtana Keha Babalibe Gaura Hari Balabai Gaura Bina Radha Krishna Seva Nahi Pai. At that moment, Srivas and all the other devotees will perform kirtan, chanting Hari Hari. Someone will say, "Brothers, chant Gaur Hari." Without Gaura, we cannot attain the service of Radha and Krishna. Uchahata Sanikate Panchaveninam Devatirtha Jata Deva Ganera Bishram Janavi Tridhara Saraswati Shri Jamuna Miliache Gaura Seva Kariya Kamana. Near Uchahata is an abode of the gods named Panchaveni, where the gods rest, and three rivers, the Ganga, Saraswati, and Jamuna, meet, desiring to serve Gaura. Ganasaha Gaura Hari Jata Kari Snan Kali Papa Haite Tirtha Kaila Paritran Panchavene Hena Tirtha Echoda Bhavane Nahite Ki Veda Vyasa Ara Rishigani. Bathing here, Gaurahari and his disciples purified this place of the sins of Kali Yuga. Neither Vedavyas nor the other sages have ever seen any holy place like Panchaveni within the 14 worlds. Kabe Panchavene Jali Kariyasnapana Shri Gauranga Pada Padma Kariba Smarana Gaura Pada Putak Vari Anjali Bariya Pia Danya Habagora Prasange Matiya. When will I bathe in the water at Panchaveni and remember the lotus feet of Sri Gauranga? When will I fill my cupped palms with holy water from his feet, drink it, become mad for him, and thus become fortunate? So all of these places, all these divine places, they must be seen in relation with Mahaprabhu. That is the final and greatest fortune. Panchaveni Parikola Dvipa Manohara Kola Rupe Prabhu Jata Bhaktera Gochara Shri Varaha Chetra Pali Sarva Shastre Kai Devera Durlabha Snan Chid Anandamai. Past Panchaveni is beautiful Kola Dvip, where the Lord appeared to his devotee as a boar. All the scriptures say this joyful spiritual abode, known as Sri Varaha Chetra, is difficult even for the gods to reach. Kuliya Pahadana Me Prasida Jagate Shri Gauranga Lila Stana Shrestha Sarvamate Shri Krishna Chaitanya Jata Sanya Sarapara Vraja Jatra Chale Deki Nadia Nagara. It is known throughout the world as Kuliyapahad. In all respects, it is the supreme place in the pastimes of Sri Gauranga. After taking sannyas, Sri Krishna Chaitanya visited the town of Nadia here on the pretext of traveling to Braja. Vijayapachaspati Avidyalaya Jayistane Visharada Putra Teha Keba Nahi Jane Prabhura Ekanta Bricha Shuta Bhakti Bale Akashila Nija Prabhu Ganga Snana Chale. The school of Vijayavachaspati is located at this place. Who does not know Vijayavachaspati, the son of Visharada? He is the Lord's earnest servant. And with his pure devotion, he attracted the Lord here, who came on the pretext of bathing in the Ganga. Kabe ami Ganga tire dadaya raba Vijayavachaspati dwari dekhiya vaibhava Katakshane kripakari prabhu jatishwar Ha'aibe prasado pari nayana gochar. When will I stand on the bank of the Ganga and behold the glory of the Lord at the door of Vijayavachaspati? When will the Lord, the leader of the sannyasis, mercifully appear before my eyes atop the roof of Vachaspati's home. Hold on a second. Dekiya kanaka kanti sanya samurati bhumi padi viloki ba kariya akuti dwaraka ya raja veshe Shri Krishna dekiya kandila jemana gopi jamunas Maria. Seeing the golden luster of the Lord's sannyasi form, I will fall to the ground and longingly gaze at him like the gopis who cried, remembering the Jamuna, upon seeing Sri Krishna Dwarka in the garb of a king. So this is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's inner feeling, that inner divine feeling. He does not like to see the Lord in sannyasi dress. He likes to see the Lord as he was in Nadia, in Navadvip. He said, just like the gopis, when they saw Krishna in the garb of a king at Kurukshetra, it was very not happy for them. They wanted to take him back to Vrindavan. Ami chai Gaura Chandra laite Mayapure, Jataya Kaishora Besha Shri Angete Spure, Jataya Charara Chachara Kesha Trikancha Basane, Isha Jane Lila Kare Bhakta Janasane. I want to bring Gaurachandra back to Mayapur, where his youthful dress shines on his divine form, where, with his wavy hair and dhoti tucked in 3 places, he performs pastimes at Ishodhyan with his devotees. Sevate e jatiyami dasa, Prabhura darshana se ananta bilasa, Tatapi amara chitta pritukunda tire, Prabhure laite chaya Srivasa mandire. In truth, he is this sannyasi, and I am his servant. This appearance of the Lord is one of his infinite pastimes. Still my heart longs to take the Lord back to the temple of Srivas on the bank of Pritukund. Tata haite kichu age kari darashana, Shri Samudra Gada Tirtha, Shri Samudra Gada Tirtha Jagata Pavan, Jata Purve Bhima Jude Shri Samudra Sene, Dekadila Dina Prabhu Shuddha Bhakta Jane. Further on from here, I will see Shri Samudra Tirtha, the purifier of the world, where Bhima previously fought with Sri Samudra Sen, and the Lord, the friend of the fallen, revealed himself knowing Samudra Sen to be a pure devotee. Jachaya Sakara Ashi Gangara Ashraye, Nabadvipa Lila Deke Preme Muktahaye, Shri Ganga Sakara Tirtha Nabadvipa Pure, Nitya Shobha Paya Jata Deke Sura Sure. Here the ocean came to the bank of the Ganga, saw the pastimes of the Lord in Navadvip, and became overwhelmed with divine love. Here, both the gods and demons see Ganga Sagar Tirtha shine constantly in Navadvip. Ganga Sagar means the Ganges River and the ocean meeting here. Danya Jiva Kola Dvipa Kare Darashana, Parama Ananda Dama Shri Bahulavana, Kirtana Aveshe Jata Shri Shachit Kumara, Bhaktagana Shange Laye Nache Katabara. Fortunate souls see this abode of the ultimate joy, Koladweep, which is non-different from Sri Bahulaban. Absorbed in Kirtan, the son of Shachi dances here with the devotees again and again. But this is a very condensed retelling of the Navadvip Mahatmya, but with certain insights, and also these are all places of infinite quality. Everything in Bahulaban, for example, is of an infinite quality. And so these are just insights into these divine abodes. Koladvipa Kripakari Eya Kinchane Deha Nabadvipa Basa Bhakta Janasane Shri Gauranga Lila Dane Deha Adhikara Jivane Marane Prabhu Gauranga Amara. O Koladvip, mercifully give this poor soul a dwelling in Navadvip amongst the devotees, and share of the wealth in the pastimes of Sri Gauranga. Gauranga is my Lord in life and death. So he's praying to the Dham. The Dham is also fully conscious and affectionate. And he's praying to Koladweep Dham. Mercifully give this poor soul a dwelling in Navadvip amongst the devotees, and a share in the wealth of the pastimes of Sri Gauranga. Gauranga is my Lord in life and death. Koladvipa uttarang she chapahatagram shoda shobha kare jahanabadvipadam mahatirtha champahatagram manohar jaya deva jata bhaje gaura sashadar. In the northern part of Koladweep is Champahatagram, which always beautifies Navadvip Dham. In this enchanting, extremely holy place, Jayadev Goswami worshipped the moon, Sri Gaura. In the northern part of Koladweep is Champahatagram, which always beautifies Navadvip Dham. In this enchanting, extremely holy place, Jayadev Goswami worshipped the moon, Sri Gaura. Jatavani nata grihesha chiranandana, saparshade karilena nama shankirtana, vani nata grihe haila mama mo mahotsava, Gauranga dekaya nija premera vaibhava. Here in that home of Dvija Baninath, the son of Shachi performed Nam Sankirtan with his associates. A grand festival took place, and Gauranga revealed the glory of his divine love. Dvija Baninath, the son of Shachi performed Nam Sankirtan with his associates. A grand festival took place, and Gauranga revealed the glory of his divine love. Champahata grame ache champake ravana, champalata kare jata kushuma chayana, Navadvipe Shri Kadiravana sei grama, praje jata Ramakrishna kare nabhishrama. There is a champak forest in Champahata Gram, where Champakalata Devi picks flowers. This village in Navadvip is Sri Kandiravan, where Balaram and Krishna rest in Braja. Ritudvipa Vanamaya Ati Manohara, Vasantadi Ritujata Gora Seva Para, Savartu Sevita Bhumi Ananda Nilaya, Radha Kunda Pradeshera Ekadesha Haya. Ritudvip is forested and extremely enchanting. Here, spring and other seasons are devoted to the service of Gaura. The land is worshipped by all the seasons and is an abode of joy. A manifestation of Radha Kunda exists here. The land is worshipped by all the seasons and is an abode of joy. Kabu Prabhu Sankirtana Range Eistane Smari Smari Go Charana Lila Krishna Gunagane Shamali Davali Bali Dake Ganagana Sridama Subala Bali Karena Krandana. Sometimes during his kirtan pastimes here, the Lord will remember his cow-herding pastimes and chant the glories of Krishna, calling out, Shyamali, Devali, Sridham, Subal. Again and again, the Lord would cry. So Sridham and Subal, of course, are very great leaders of the cowherd boys. And Shyamali and Devali are the names of calves, or maybe cows. Amikabe Ritudripe Kariya Brahmana Panashobha Heri Lila Kariba Smarana Radha Kundalila Spurti Hai Betakana Stambita Haiya Tata Kariba Darshana. When will I roam in Ritudrip, seeing the beauty of the forest, and remember the pastimes of the Lord? When the Lord's pastimes at Radha Kunda appear before me, I will become stunned to behold them. Manasang Gangara Tire Gocharana Stala Ramakrishna Sahadama Bala Mahabala Asankhya Govatsalaye Nibrite Charai Nana Lila Chale Sabe Krishna Gunagai. On the bank of Manasaganga, Sridham, Subal, and Mahabal, along with Balaram and Krishna, herd countless calves from the pastures to the secluded forests, and on the pretext of various pastimes, they sing Krishna's glories. Gopa Shishu Gana Rahe Nana Alapane Charite Charite Shabe Jaya Duravane Nadekiya Vatsagane Chinte Sarvajana Krishna Vangshi Rave Vatsa Aishe Tatakshana. The cowherd boys discuss various things, and meanwhile the calves move into a distant woods to graze. Not seeing them, all the boys become worried, but at the sound of Krishna's flute, the calves immediately return. Dekite, dekite, lila, haile, adarshana, bhumite, padiba, ami, haye, achetana, katakshane, sangya, labi, apani, uttiba, dire, dire, vanamaje, brahmana, kariba. When those pastimes suddenly disappear, I will fall to the ground unconscious. Eventually regaining my awareness, I will arise and slowly roam throughout the forest. Ha Gauranga Krishna Chandra Doya Rasagara Kangalera Dana Tumi Amitapamara E Bali Kandi Kandi Haye Agrashara Deki Basahasa Ami Sri Vidyanagara. O Gauranga, O Gaurachandra, O ocean of mercy, you are the wealth of the poor, and I am certainly in need. Saying this and crying as I proceed, I will suddenly see Sri Vidyanagar. Chari Veda Chatu Shasti Vidyara Alai Saraswati Pita Vidyanagara Nishchai Brahma Shiva Rishigana E Pita Ashraye Sarva Vidya Prakashila Prapancha Nilaye. Vidyanagar is the abode of the 4 Vedas, the 64 branches of knowledge, and Saraswati. Brahma, Shiva, and the sages resided here and revealed all forms of knowledge within the material world. So even all these different branches of knowledge, they all come from Navadvip. Prabhu Mora Karibena Vidyara Bilasa, Iha Jani Brihaspati Chadini Chabasa, Vasudeva Sarvabhoma Rupe Eistane, Pracharila Sarva Vidya Vivida Vidane. Knowing that our Lord would perform pastimes of being educated here, Brihaspati left his abode, and as Vasudeva Sarvabhauma established all forms of knowledge here using various methods. So, of course, Brihaspati resides in the heavenly planet as the guru of the demigods. Jai Vijayanagare Vasi Goda Gunagai, Se Adhyapaka Danya Shokanahi Pai, Avijja Chadaye Tare, Jai Vijayanagare, Darshana Kariya Bhaje Goda Sadakare. Any teacher who lives in Vidyanagar and sings the glories of Gauda is fortunate and never undergoes distress. Ignorance releases anyone who visits Vidyanagar and worships the moon, Sri Gauda. Ami ki deki bakabu Sri Gauda Sundare, Vidya Nurage Giya Sri Vidyanagare, Sri Shivas Aparade Devananda Mahashaye, Dandibe Navakya Dande Bhakta Pakshahaye. Will I ever see Sri Gaura Sundar going to study in Sri Vidyanagar? Will I ever see him, on behalf of the devotees, chastise Devananda Pandit for his offense to Srivas Thakur? Devananda Pandit preaching. He's giving classes on the Srimad Bhagavatam, but all misinterpretation, nonsense. But just hearing the verses of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Srivas Pandit became overwhelmed with divine symptoms in his body, and Devananda said, "Get him out of here." And they expelled Srivas Pandit from the assembly. And hearing about this, Mahaprabhu was so angry. He's saying, "I'm going to break that ashram of Devananda Pandit." And then when he saw him, he said, "You do not get, when a man eats, later on he passes stool, but you do not even get as much satisfaction as that from reading the Bhagavatam." Your understanding and entrance into the Bhagavatam is so meager that you don't even get that much happiness from me. Anyway, Devananda Pandit later became fully surrendered to the Lord. Amara Prabhura Lila Anantana Jane. This was by the grace of Akreshwar Pandit. Kakana ki karye mate take ki bhajane. Kena je kirtana chadi paduya tadai. Padajya adyapakshe kiva shukapai. Even Anantashesha does not understand the pastimes of our Lord. When does he enjoy a particular activity? What sort of meditation does he perform? Why does he leave the kirtan to chastise students? What sort of joy does he feel by defeating scholars? I'm going to read that again. Even Anantashesha, who is always chanting the glories of the Lord unlimitedly with all of his mouths, he never comes to the end of it. Even Anantashesha does not understand the pastimes of our Lord. When does he enjoy a particular activity? When does the Lord enjoy that? What sort of meditation does he perform? Why does he leave the kirtan to chastise students? What sort of joy does he feel by defeating scholars? Jaikare Prabhutai Ananda Janaka, Swechamaya Prabhuteha Amite Saivaka, Chudra parimita buddhi sahajayamar. Vacharite shakti nai vidana tahar. Whatever the Lord does creates joy. He is whimsical, and I am his servant. My intelligence is by nature small, and I have no capacity to understand his ways. Very important point. Whatever the Lord does creates joy. He is whimsical. That means he does things for his own reason, for his own, whatever he wants to do. No, there's no law binding him. And who can understand that infinite will, that infinite whimsical nature? No one. He is the Lord. But whatever he does causes joy. And I am his servant. My intelligence is by nature small, and I have no capacity to understand his ways. But that is not a disqualification for Bhaktivinoda Thakur or for anyone. We don't have to understand that. We have to join in. Join in. All animation is serving the Lord, actually. And when we don't see that, this is our problem. Navadvipa Basi Ajapaka Ganatara Nityalila Pushtikari Pranamya Amara Shakale Karuna Kare Dina Akinchane More Adi Kara Deha Nama Sankirtane. The teachers residing in Navadvip, who augment the Lord's eternal pastimes, are worshipable to me. May you all bless this poor lowly soul and give me the qualification to chant the name. Shri Vijayanagara Prati E Nivedana Je Avidya Gora Tattva Kare Avarana Se Avidya Jali Jaina Manasa Amar Avritana Haya Kabutake Maya Par. I pray to Vidyanagar. May my mind transcend illusion and never be covered by the net of ignorance that conceals the glory of Gaura. Shobe Janu Dvipa Vijayanagara Utare Jata Janu Tapovana Vyakta Chara Chare Gangare Kariyapana Jata Munivar Janavi Swarupe Ganga Haila Gocha. North of Vidyanagar shines Janudvip, where the hermitage of Janu Muni is visible to all. Here the great sage drank the Ganga, and she reappeared as his daughter. We just now heard this pastime, but it's quite wonderful. These great tapasvis. We want to get, in this world, we want to get power and influence and all those things through indulgence, but that takes away everything. These sages and rishis, they're so powerful because of non-indulgence. And so when the Ganga was roaring along after, Maharaj Bhagirath, she was disturbing his meditation, so he just drank the whole Ganga. And then she reappeared, and then she became Jahnavi. Tata Krishna Bhakta Bhishma Munira Ashrame Bhagavata Dharma Shiksha Kaila Vidikrame Jata Janu Nishkapate Karya Bhajan Anayase Paya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Charan. Here at Janumuni's ashram, Krishna's devotee Bhishma systematically learned devotion to the Lord. Janumuni sincerely engaged in service and easily attained the feet of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Janudvipa Bhadravana Krishna Lila Stala Nayana Gochara Kabe Habe Niramala Sevani Bhishmatila Paramapavan Tadupare Rahia Bikari Babajan. When will Janudvip, which is none different from Bhadravan in Vrindavan, clearly appear before my eyes? When will I sit atop the supremely purifying Bhishmatila in that forest and perform worship? Ratyagame Bhishmadeva Prasanta Antare Darashana Dibe More Shuddha Kalevare Krishna Varna Vriksha Tulasi Ramalakare Twadasha Tilaka Vitana Manandabare. So Bhishmadev, of course, we know mainly about Bhishmadev from Mahabharata as the grandfather of the Pandavas. And then in Bhagavatam also, we are hearing his instructions. But here he is in Navadvip. In the evening, Bhishmadev will reveal himself before me in his pure, blackish-colored form decorated with 12 tilaks. He will have a tulsi mala in hand, a peaceful heart, and be filled with the joy of the name. Bali be navina nabadvipa bashi shuna, amara mukete ajago rangera guna, kurukshetre rane padi marana samaye, dekilama Krishna Chandra akachitahaye. He will say, O new resident of Navadvip, today hear the glories of Gauranga from my mouth. I fell during the battle of Kurukshetra, and at the time of my death, I saw Krishna Chandra vividly. Niryana Samaye Prabhu Bali Lavachana, Navadvipa Tumi Purve Karila Darshana, Se Punye Gaura Kripa Tomara Gatila, Navadvipe Nitya Vesha Akanahaila. During my passing, the Lord said, previously you visited Navadvip, and as a result of that good fortune, you have received the mercy of Gaura. Your eternal home has now become Navadvip. Ataeva sarva asha parityagakari Navadvipe basi Tumi bhaja Gaura Hari Aranakaraha Bhasya Vishaya Bandhane Avashala Lapi Be Seva Gauranga Charane. Excuse me. Sorry. Therefore, abandon all other desires. Reside in Navadvip and worship Gaura Hari. Do not fear material bondage any longer. You will certainly attain the service of Gauranga's feet. Therefore, abandon all other desires. Reside in Navadvip and worship Gaura Hari. Do not fear material bondage any longer. You will certainly attain the service of Gauranga's feet. Prabhura Ichaya E Dame Sarvakshana Krishna Lila Gaura Lila Deke Mukta Jana Shokabaya Mrityuara Udvega Karana Bahirmukha Icha Nahi Jivarapidana. By the will of the Lord, liberated souls always see the pastimes of Krishna and the pastimes of Gaur in this abode. Neither lamentation, nor fear, nor death, nor material desire, nor any other cause of disturbance or affliction to the soul exist here. Very wonderful. I'm going to stop here and then we'll come back to this tomorrow. Jai Shri Navadvip Mahatmya and Shri Navadvip Avataranga Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ki Jai. Hari Bol. We are praying, or I hope I am praying, for that prayer to be completely earnest in my heart, that for nothing but the mercy and service of Mahaprabhu Navadvip. But now there's so much junk, so much mental junk. Oh, this and that and this and that and that, coming in the way of that prayer. So we're chanting the holy name with a prayerful mood, hoping to one day actually become qualified to chant the name of Krishna. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Gopal Govindaram Srimadi Siddham Giridhari Gopinath Madanaman Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Gadadhar Srivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raghunath Shri Shiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Echai Gosai Kori Charana Vandan Jai Te Vignana Shabista Puran Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Jai Sapadika Shishi Guru Gaur Chanduju Ki Jai Jai Shri Giriyaj Govardhanju Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivrajakaacharya Astaterza de Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhansa Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga Ki Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Saparshad Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai Saparshad Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakund Radha Kundagiri Govardhan Ki Jai Hari Bol Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai, Tadiya Shaka Mat Ki Jai, Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mission Ki Jai, Kol Kartal Ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Samaveda Vaishnava Mandala Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai, Srimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai, His Divine Grace, Om Vishnupadesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai, all the assembled devotees Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Bol Dandavat.